In this channel, we talk about how wonderful Colorado is and help clients every single day move to Denver and all of its surrounding cities. But we also promise our viewers to always be truthful and tell them what's going on. So one thing that we want to talk about today, which is a very unique topic to us, is a time that we actually considered leaving.
Yeah, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to cover some reasons why we would leave Colorado. Let's go. Alright, here we go. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time watching, we are your Colorado real estate family. Pete and Chelsea Sweeney, and what we do on this channel is we like to cover Denver and all of its surrounding cities, giving you boots on the ground, expert advice, opinions, whatever it might be in regards to these areas. We purchase properties out of state all the time. We know what it's like coming from your angle trying to buy a property outside of where you're currently living at, right? So with that, we also like to help you with your real estate needs. If you're ever looking to purchase houses or real estate in the Colorado area, we are your go-to people.
Yeah, if you're looking to make Colorado your new home, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, because we're going to be the ones who keep you up to date on all the things that's happening here in Colorado, Denver, and all of its surrounding cities.
Yeah, so this one's kind of, listen, we honestly, so like when we were going to do this video, we're kind of up in the air. It's like, we're really exposing ourselves right here. We're sit here and tell you how great Colorado and all these great things are. But at a time, there was a point where we were looking at moving outside of Colorado, and we're going to share that with you, what those reasons were, because that might be something that either deters you from coming to Colorado, or it might be a reason that brings you into Colorado. We don't know. So this was kind of a different video for us, and we're glad we kind of get to share it with you.
Yeah, so we're going to start with one of the top reasons, which is not so controversial, so I think it's a good place to start.
Yeah.
Which is weather. You know, we bought a place out in Florida, we have a place out in Missouri, and we're just playing around with this weather thing, because every time we go out to our place in Florida, we just love like the humidity, number one.
Yeah.
Like we talk all the time in our other videos that it's really dry here.
The climate here is super dry. Like I said, bring your chapstick, bring your lotion. We always talk about that.
All the time.
Favor then?
What?
Can you bring me my chapstick?
No, Napoleon.
But my lips hurt real bad.
I mean, and yeah, so. And I'm just like naturally dry anyway, so it just does not help with the skin. Plus, I heard that when you age, like it's better in humidity.
Yeah, I mean, so
I don't know if that's true, but I heard
it goes back to the whole thing. Who doesn't want to live in a tropical vacation or somewhere that's warm all the time? All the time, right? And it's like we've always talked about this, where it's like it's so great going to Florida and stuff. The weather's amazing. You got that beautiful humidity and such. But then we also look back at it, and it's like the holiday season. There is nothing like having the holidays and having that snow on the ground when it's Christmas time, or just in the winter time, and just having that difference. And honestly, if it was up to me, my perfect area to live in would be summertime, all but like December, right? So it's like literally summertime all year long, and then December you have like the snow. You get to enjoy like the Christmas music. As soon as Christmas is over, boom, done, back to summer.
See, and I'm a little different. I love fall.
That's true. You like the different seasons.
I like the different seasons. So, but at first, like we would go out to somewhere hot, anywhere hot, really, anywhere.
Mexico, yeah, when we went on our vacation for anniversary and stuff.
Yeah, it didn't have to just be Florida. We would go somewhere, and we were like, God, maybe we could live in this weather. And then fall hits. I'm like, oh, maybe I couldn't. But anyways, long story short is we do feel better when it's super sunny and we can do things and we're not limited, and we struggle with that. We're like, gosh, we're so productive in the summertime, and so like and in the wintertime you just want to snuggle by a blanket and watch a movie or read a really good book and turn the fire on. But so definitely don't have as much productivity for us, and we've considered like moving just because of weather alone. Okay, second one.
Second one is the cost of living. And so this is something that, like, honestly, 10 years ago, we wouldn't have been talking about this, guys, because Colorado was always super affordable.
Right.
Even now, we're going to sit here and kind of complain about it, but Colorado still isn't that bad in regards to cost of living compared to a lot of these, like, larger states, California and New York and such, which we always kind of mention those because those places are pretty expensive to live in. But cost of living, our housing has gone up like crazy. I mean, we're going to do a video here in the next couple weeks talking about these cities where it's gone up. We're talking double digits in every single one of these cities, guys. And we're talking like right around 20 to 30% appreciation over 12 months. That is insane. And we've been experiencing these double digits gains for the last like 8 years. And so when that constantly happens, it becomes a little bit harder to purchase a house in Colorado or own a house in Colorado. When your house prices go up as well too, guess what else is going to go up? Property taxes. So that's something that we always kind of look at. All right, is there somewhere else that we could go where we don't have to worry about as high of property taxes and such when it comes to the real estate of cost of living?
Yeah, so for instance, we've told you guys before that we invest, and we are looking everywhere all the time. Like it's a passion of ours. We love it. We love keeping up with other states and what's going on, and being able to pick up a house in Florida or pick up a house over in Missouri at Lake of the Ozarks and all the Texas. We've looked at Texas and all these other areas. It's pretty insane what you can pick up for the prices that our house is going for.
Well, even like we were like running the or we were figuring out the payment information for our house at Lake of the Ozarks. What was the property the property tax? It was like under $1,000.
We like fell out of our chair.
In a year. I was like, holy shit.
We're not gonna tell you what we pay. Here.
I mean, let's just be truthful. I mean, we pay $8,000 to $9,000 a year in Colorado right now for our house. And you know what? So recently they just repealed Gallagher, and that pretty much was like a ceiling for how much they could increase property taxes. Majority went on your commercial properties. That got removed. So it's like we're talking about. We're like, man. I mean, property taxes in Colorado could hyperinflate here really soon because Gallagher got repealed.
Yeah, and the other thing too is Peter often talks about this whole metro tax district and different things that you also you're going to be better at describing this, but when you go into like a new build or a new community, how they're taking some of that money for the infrastructure. Is that what it comes in?
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of states have that. It's not just
but
Colorado.
I'm just saying that sometimes with all those different extra taxes, it's almost cheaper to buy a house without those things. You can you could buy a more expensive house and still have, a very comparable payment. And like, just all those things that we're constantly thinking about of like, man, if we didn't have that metro tax district, or if we didn't have these high property taxes as a whole. So definitely interesting. I mean, we're picking up houses for a lot cheaper in other states.
Yep. So
especially investments.
Yeah. So I mean, another thing along the lines of that cost of living is your income tax, right? Your state income tax. Colorado has a state income tax. It is fixed, but I mean, there's points where we talked about it. It's like, listen, do we go to another state that doesn't have that state income tax? And so that's another varying factor with this cost of living. Maybe it would be worth it, or I don't know.
We have to really run the numbers, but we've considered running the numbers.
But then you look at it though, and some states do offset that with their property taxes. True. So say Colorado, we have lower property taxes than say somewhere like Texas, right? Let's just throw Texas out there. They don't have a state income tax, but they have pretty high property taxes. So they make up for it. Where somewhere like dream living like Florida, it's just like everything's just like awesome there. It's like property taxes are low, no state income tax. You're just like hanging out by the beach all day. So
it's obviously no surprise that we bought our house in Florida because it's our little escape home. We get the best of both worlds right now. But it's hard because we have kids now, and so we really need to make sure that we're staying in place and stuff and not moving around too much. Plus, we'll be limited when school starts, right? Anyways. Okay.
All right, that segues into our next topic, which is mountains versus ocean. Which, I mean, it kind of goes hand in hand with our first one too, but that's a big thing.
That's a big thing.
Not everyone's like California where you have, where you could go skiing and surfing in the same day, right?
Right.
So it's like, if you can have the best of both worlds in the same state, do you go somewhere that has more of that ocean life as compared to the mountain life? Yeah,
and this is a pretty personal topic, honestly, because you could be like, yeah, mountains, Colorado, right? But we don't have a beach. And can I just tell you, like, me and my two children, we love the beach. Like, you love the beach, but we, like, love the beach. Like, we can't live without the beach.
Yep.
And every time we're there, we just feel so amazing. I mean, no matter how old the kids are, they can have fun at the beach. The mountains, like, you have to learn how to ski and all these things. You don't have to learn much. Swim? Maybe try not to drown when the wave comes. Like, there's just... To us, it's a little bit more friendly right now with younger kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a hard one. Cold entertainment, warm entertainment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so in the summertime, you still got.
Ocean.
Yeah, but it's not all cold. I mean, you still got in the summertime. You can do hiking and all that stuff in the mountains.
That's true.
So those are things that you could also do in these other states, so they don't have the Rocky Mountains. So the biggest advantage we have, obviously, is the skiing, and snowboarding, and all those good things. Whitewater rafting.
We're
we
not
have some of the
selling
best.
Colorado right now, Mister.
We're trying to tell them.
I know. We're leaving state.
We're trying to tell them why, like the reasons why we might leave the state.
I know, but it is true. We do love the mountains, and that is still something that we're not sure how to choose between.
Yeah.
How do you choose between the ocean and the mountains?
Yep. I mean, it's one of those things, like I said, I mean, I had a buddy, he used to tell me all the time, he's like, dude, back when I lived in California, I seriously snowboarded and surfed in the same day. I was just like, dude, that's just, I mean, you know.
And then they paid a
California
pretty
dreaming.
penny for the house, though, so it offset. Talk about cost of living. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into the...
this one's a little...
if if you've stuck around this long, you clearly like us enough
Yeah.
for us to talk about some hard stuff.
Yep.
So we're going to do it.
Yep, we are. We're going to break into it, and it's like the biggest reason why we bought our house in Florida a year ago? Yeah, about a year ago.
About a year ago.
The lockdowns. And guys, I mean, so we literally, we talk to you guys all the time. There's certain people, we're not trying to get political whatsoever, but there was a time where the lockdowns got to a point where we're like, oh, this is, what do we do? This is ridiculous. We want to get out of here.
Crazy. We were
You
going
just get
crazy.
stir crazy, cabin fever, you're just stuck in the house. All you want to do is be out and about. And so for a point there, we did look at other states that weren't as restrictive for that first round of COVID lockdowns as opposed to,
think about it. In real estate, we couldn't show houses. We couldn't help clients. Like, we were trying our best to do virtual things and help clients, but that's just not the type of real estate that we do. We like to be right there, holding our clients' hands, going in, all the things. We couldn't do anything.
I don't usually hold my clients. Yeah.
I meant like...
Yeah, I know.
But anyways, our whole business just kind of halted. Now, granted, we did get a lot of the honey-do list done, or Peter did, I should say, and
Yep.
our house looks beautiful
Built
now.
a nice backyard barbecue, cool little bar set thing.
Really nice. But that only lasted so long before we were like, okay, we got to get back to work.
Yeah.
And like some of our favorite restaurants were permanently closed and stuff, and that was so.
That was
hard
the
for us.
hardest part is constantly being in the community, guys. We are constantly surrounded by a ton of business owners and seeing all these restaurants that were going under over the lockdowns, and these other large restaurants like Costco and stuff is all still open. That was hard. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I understand that you have to look after safety and everything, but it's to a certain point where if you have these corporate places that are open and the small businesses are getting shut down, it hurts, and it hurts us hard because we have so many good friends that are small business owners, and
Yeah, we
that
like to
sucked.
support local.
Yeah.
We like to support small. That's just Colorado's motto, anyways.
Yeah.
Like, they just love local.
Yep.
And watching some of these small, it was hard. So this is not a political thing. Whatever people believe in, we are all for that. We just believe in you, you do you. But at some point, we couldn't do us anymore, and we started to get to the point where we didn't know what to do. And
Yeah.
we were like, are we going to have to leave so that we can still run a business and help people and get our
Yeah.
children out of the house? And
Yep.
so we didn't know. We
Yep.
didn't know. And
So,
that was hard.
But I'm going to bring it back to kind of the lighter side of Colorado. And so the second time that the lockdowns kind of happened, we're kind of right now, we're towards the end of it, with the new variants and all that stuff coming out. Colorado was a little bit midway, right? So it wasn't as far as, just let everyone just run free and do whatever they want to do. And it wasn't as locked down as everyone staying in their houses anymore. Colorado was like right in the middle where it's like, listen, guys, just be common sense here, do your social distancing and stuff and wear masks when appropriate. And so that kind of, shined a good light. It helped us. We're like, all right, cool. This makes sense, right? There's common sense steps, but there's a certain point where like I said, the first lockdown, we were over it.
We didn't know what it was going to look like, and we that unknown started to put a little bit of a upset in our stomach. But now, again, we're still here, right? Well, okay,
Yeah.
we didn't end up leaving. We ended up buying a second house out there during all of this, so that we did have an escape and we did have choices and we could experience all the beach and all that. But we're still here.
Yep.
And but we thought about it, and it's important to talk about that. What are some of the bad things about Colorado? Those are them.
All right, cool. So the last one, and this one's kind of like just a fuzzy, warm at heart type of thing, but just a change of scenery, right?
Yeah.
And it's like we run into all the time when we're talking to you guys. Obviously, the number one reason that you guys are moving into Colorado is because of jobs. We always talk about this is you're coming here for a job or a job relocation or whatever it might be. But some of you, it's just like, I just want something different. I want something new. I don't want to be where I'm at anymore. I grew up here. I was born and raised here. I want a new change of scenery.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there is no question about how beautiful Colorado is and
Yep.
how many wonderful things we have to take advantage and just all the different culture and diversity. Like, we have it all.
Yep.
However, it's all we've really seen, and so going to it just feels different in different states, and it's fun. And so, one of the ways that we've been able to get around this is to build our Airbnb business. We
Yep.
do invest, and our big goal is to create experiences for either families or friends or even just in business for other people to go and experience and get a different scenery as well. And so that was kind of our solution around it without having to actually go and leave.
Yeah.
Is to be able to experience our own investments.
Yeah, and so that kind of nears the end of our video where we talked about easing you guys at mind. Yes, we're still staying here.
We're still here.
We're not leaving Colorado. But we kind of found an out, right? Like a different thing, and that's like I said, that's kind of what we established our Airbnbs out of state. It's like, damn, I want to go here for a week, or I want to go there for a week. It's like, boom, do it and come back, So
Yeah.
for the time being, we are here, and we are always constantly helping you out with all your real estate needs in Colorado.
Well, we're pretty committed. We just signed Kingston up for school. So
did.
we're going to be here for
Oh
a
man.
hot minute.
Watch out, kindergarten. Here we go.
That little kid in kindergarten is going to be a beast.
Yep.
Anyways, thank you so much. If there is any questions you have around those topics, please feel free to reach out. You know, again, this is a pretty personal topic, but
Yep.
we, trust and love our viewers, and we know that you're here for a reason. If you're new to our channel and you're like kind of feeling us out, hit subscribe, follow along. You're going to want to see all the different videos we put out. This is a pretty unique one. Go check out all the other things about living in Denver, all its surrounding cities.
All right, guys. Until next time, we love you. Bye.
Bye.